Hey there, artists! Today we are going to learn how to create a value scale. But before we do, let's do a quick review. So, what is value? Value is one of the 7 elements of art, and it refers to the intensity of a color, or essentially how light or dark a color is. Being able to create different values is a very important skill for an artist to have, and it's essential to being able to shade successfully. So why do artists use shading? Well, shading is used in a variety of ways, and the 2 most important ways an artist uses shading is to render objects in a realistic manner and to create the illusion of 3-dimensional objects on a 2-dimensional surface. So now that we know why shading is important and what value is, it's time to discuss what a value scale is and why artists create them. So on the screen currently, you're seeing a value scale that I've set up. It's not done. We're going to do that in a couple of minutes once we finish talking about what this is. So a value scale is a system that artists use to organize values from light to dark. So all the way from white to black, and in between there are several shades of gray. So value scales can range anywhere from 1 to 5 squares or 1 to 10 squares and beyond. For this exercise, because we're really just diving into shading, we're going to do 5 values, okay? So we're going to start with white and we're going to end with black, or our darkest gray that we can create with our pencil. So let's get started. First of all, you're going to need a sheet of paper. It's fine for you to use a 1/4 sheet of copy paper. You will also need a pencil and an eraser, and you may also want to grab a tissue or square of toilet paper for blending. So, to set up your value scale, you're going to create a long rectangle similar to the one I have here on the screen. Okay? It doesn't have to be a perfect rectangle. However, I know some of you really like things to be nice and neat. So if you want to find something in your house that's rectangular in shape that you can trace, you can do that. Or you can use a ruler, which is what I did. So if you want to use a ruler to set that up, I measured out 5 inches and set my rectangle up that way. Okay? If none of that works for you, you can simply sketch out a rectangle and divide it into approximately 5 equal squares, okay? So let's get started. So I've already shaded here using a regular pencil, my darkest value. And I did go primarily in one direction. I will advise you to have a nice sharp pencil. And I would advise that you go primarily in one direction as much as you can, okay? So I have my darkest value right here. Notice that I'm putting a lot of pressure to get that nice dark value. My hand is low on my pencil, and that's what's giving me that really dark value. Now on this end, we're gonna be leaving it white. So when I'm doing a value scale, what I'm always thinking about is moving my pencil up moving my hand up my pencil to lighten my pressure on it. So I'm going to move into the 4th square, and as I move up, my hand moved from down here to right about here, and I'm going to continue to move my pencil in the same direction. Now the truth is, it's always easier to add more color or more value to the square than it is to remove it. So I might be a little bit lighter than what the final product will have, but for now, I'm going to work lightly. And I'm going to try and keep a consistent pressure on that pencil. And as I go, I can always clean those edges back up if I go outside of the lines. Once I'm done, I can clean that presentation up with an eraser. Okay, so I'm going to continue to do the same thing. As I move to the next one, I'm going to move my hand up my pencil again. So my hand's moving up again, and I'm adjusting my pressure. So this should look a shade lighter than what I had in the previous square. So our goal is to really see 5 distinct values, so none of them should be identical. once again, I'm going to move my hand up my pencil. So now my hand and my pencil are right about there. And before I do this, I'm going to clean this edge off a little bit with my eraser. And I'm going to continue to shade. So this is going to be my lightest gray value. Try and not go into the white too much there. And again, I'm going to try to be consistent with the value the whole way through. I do see a spot or two where it's a little bit darker. So that would be something for me to improve on. Okay, so I will continue to work on this silently until we get to my finished product.